What up? This is Robert Horry.
Horry, three-pointer. Buries it.
You might know me as Big Shot Bob.
To Horry for three. Oh, unbelievable. This guy is off the charts.
What's going on, Big Shot Bob?
Robert Horry from downtown.
Well, look at that. We're back in the saddle. It is the Big Shot Bob podcast. Let's call it episode 195. Screaming in on 200 episodes. That is Brandon Harper. My name is Rob Jenners. And of course, the namesake of the show, 7-time NBA champion Robert Horry, who I believe is okay. I think, is everything all right out there? Like, I mean, look, we have a lot to talk about. We have a lot that delayed last week. We didn't do a show last week. There's a number of reasons for that. Some were attributed to me, which I'll talk about. Some were obviously we wanted to give Rob a little bit of time as well with the fires and such. And I can't tell you how many people reached out to me to see if you were okay. Like, is Rob okay? Is his house okay? Because as I'm starting to Google where the fires are, I'm like, oh, I can see Rob's house from here. Like, something's on fire. Rob is right there.
Yeah. You know, I was doing the Laker game, that terrible Dallas game. I think it was Dallas when they got waxed without no Kyrie and no Luka. And my wife called me. She was like, we think it's a fire over here. And then 10 minutes later, she sends me a video. It's a fire over here. And you could just see the flames coming down the hill. So you could see it from the house.
Yeah,
from Gabrielle's window. And you could just see it coming towards our house. But even though we live across the freeway, which would have had the fire to have to jump across the freeway. And it was kind of scary because he came home and started packing up stuff. And I left the studio. I said, hey, I got to go. There's a fire coming towards my house. He says, go, go, go. And as you packing up stuff, you have to go through your mind what's important to you. You know, for me, I have a lot of pictures that I have digitally. So I had to worry about pictures. Unlike my wife, who her car was filled with nothing but pictures. And this is going to sound bad on my part. I don't know if you can see, I usually have over there, I have my championship pictures with the autographs of all the teams.
Yeah.
I took that.
No.
I put that in my car. Look. And then I have those paintings that I had of me that Opie, he did. And I took those and put them in my car. And then I grabbed some suits. And I was like, kids, I have to work. I'm like, pictures, I got them on my phone. And it makes you, it shows you, like, if you don't put your stuff digitally, it can be taken away from you. You know, so many people are devastated by not having those photos. Don't get me wrong, I had some pictures of my daughter and my dad, people who have gone on that I've taken. I'd put those in the car too, but I was really just walking around the house like, this shit ain't important to me. You know what I mean? It's like, it's so many things that, materialistic things that you have, and you realize in an instant that this shit ain't important. And memories to me are the most important things. And I tried to grab everything that had a significant memory, and I tried to put that. And plus, I thought those paintings, or that's the pictures I have, my kids would enjoy those for years to come. What would they enjoy from years to come? They could pass down. And plus, Shaq and Kobe's autograph pretty damn expensive.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, so.
That's an impossible task, right?
Yeah.
Like, you have to leave the house. What do you grab?
Yeah. What do you like? That's my question to you guys.
What matters?
What do you grab? Because I know, Rob, you got a lot of stuff like the 600 episode and all that stuff that we can see in the back. That like, what do you grab? I got so much stuff.
But you know what? None of that matters, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'd probably grab my computers. Because that's where everything, like you said, everything's on. Like, all our pictures are on the hard drives. I've got everything backed up. So I would grab the computers, the hard drives, and anything else I can get out of the house, because that's where all our, like, the important stuff is. Like, legal paperwork and crap like that. All this stuff is just, it's more or less, it's junk. It's just knick-knack stuff. You know what I mean? It's fun.
Complete crap.
Yeah, it's all stuff that can be replaced.
Yeah.
So you go, what can't be replaced? That's always the first thing you do. Like, all right, what can I replace?
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's my best guess. I don't know. Hart, what do you grab if your house is if something you got to leave the
Besides
house
your
right
dog.
now, man. Besides, now you can leave the dog.
Look, man, the dog is debatable. No, I'm just playing.
No, the dog's great, man. I'm just
I don't know. I don't think it's one of those things where whatever's on me, because I usually always have my phone, my wallet, keys of some sort. So always whatever's on me, one. But I mean, I don't know if there's really anything else that I would. There may be a couple of pictures or so, but like you said, there are a lot of stuff that I have that's digital. You know, and they're sitting in a cloud drive or something. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if there's anything else that's oh so important that I need to grab that I know I couldn't replace in time.
Sure.
You know, so whatever I already have on, cool. If somehow, some way I needed to grab just a few clothes, you know, pair of clothing items for whatever reason, cool. Because you just never know where you're going, how long you're gonna be there, and stuff like that. But other than trying to hoard my car with stuff, I understand. I understand Big Shot a lot more because you have a lot more. Like they're just certain pieces there that I'm like, if I had those pieces, oh yeah, I'm taking this, I'm taking this, it's just certain things that you know, like they're worth, they're valuable.
Yeah.
Well, and some of that stuff too that you have, Rob, is irreplaceable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's championship stuff, there's stuff from Kobe, like that's stuff you never get back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit different. It's for you and us, but dude, we're glad you're safe though, man. Because every day I saw that fire getting worse, and I was like, texting you. I was like, checking in, making sure everything's all right.
And when we didn't have power, we you know, there was so many looters that was in the area that my wife.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
We're gonna wear a mask, and we're gonna go back to the house and sleep at the house. I'm like, nigga, we took everything that's valuable. And so for 2 nights we came back, wore a mask, and slept like that next to each other with fully clothed, you know. And Storm was like by the, you know, Storm is our pit bull, you know, she's very protective of the house. And then we finally got power back after 3 days, and we still only came back at night because every morning we woke up and got in the car was white, covered in ash. And that's what they say. If you have something outside like a car, and if it's covered in ash, you have to wear a mask. And so we've been wearing masks. We won't go outside. We go out. It feels like a little bit of COVID where we don't go places, but when we go places, we wear a mask. So it's bad. And then when people look at the photos, I don't know if you noticed, but halftime the photos they show you are the same pictures because that's only the area that they let you in. But the pictures, they don't do it just on how bad it really is. And for me, when you see like the aerial shots and you see how the Pacific Palisades has just been totally destroyed. And for people who don't know, everybody know where San Francisco is. Everybody know about San Francisco. You don't know about the Pacific Palisades. If you put San Francisco into Pacific Palisades, there would be no San Francisco. That's how big the fire was. There would be no city of San Francisco. And when you put that in perspective, you like, damn, it's a lot of people who lost materialistic things, but the people I worry about more are the people who were living in that area and it was, you know, working in that area. Now they don't have a job. Now they don't have a place to stay because a lot of people in Pacific Palisades, they can relocate. You know, they got insurance. They got, you know, means to, you know, live a couple of days and rebuild. Yeah. Yeah, not all of them, but some of them. But I'm just,
that was another part of that story. Yeah. Man. Holy crap.
That's one of the things that I worry about. So many people are going to be homeless and without a job. And it's going to take a while to rebuild because you just can't just start rebuilding tomorrow because now you got to test the soil. You got to do all these other things. You got to clear debris. You got to make sure no hot spots are, because there's a lot of times that the fire is underground. As soon as you move something, the blaze comes up and you screwed again. So it's very devastating. And I'm proud of all the first responders who going out there and pretty much put their lives on the line to try to, get this thing under control and to help people who are in need.
Well, I know I had a lot of people reaching out thinking about you.
Thanks.
Making sure
Thanks
your
to all
family
you
was
people.
safe and just wanting to make sure you were okay.
I think I'm a survivalist now. I made it through a flood,
dude,
in Houston.
And
I made it through a fire.
Yeah.
So. Well.
You don't need to go back on World's Toughest Tests. I think you've been through it. I think you've been through the World's Toughest Tests.
Yeah.
We have a lot of stuff to talk about today. We got a lot of Jimmy Butler. We got Zion Williamson drama. We got all kinds of fun stuff to talk about.
It's a lot of stuff happening.
I very briefly want to just address the elephant in the room. Just to put it out in the world, because some people know, some people don't. After the new year, on January 2nd, we lost my son, Cody. And I've said this 100 times in the last 2 weeks to everybody. Check on your people, because Cody was 32 years old. He was a bit of a loner. He did his own thing, but he was very happy, very engaged, loved his family, was always here for stuff. It wasn't like he was isolated, but he didn't have a big friend group. He had a girl in his life for a long time that was on, off, and, that may have had something to do with what happened, but, he very sadly decided he had enough, and he took his own life. I know, and it's not the same, but, Rob, you lost your beautiful daughter, Ashlyn, I think back in 2011, and different circumstances entirely, but it's hard to express the loss and the pain of losing a child. That is insurmountably tough. Yeah. So it has been the longest and hardest couple weeks of my life. And that's no exaggeration. It has been it's been really bad. It's been really, really hard. So part of last week not having a show was trying to let Rob live through the fires. Part of last week of not having a show was me trying to figure out what the hell the world is now. So for everybody that I'm friends with on Facebook, we put something on Facebook for friends only. I didn't make it like a big public thing, but I did have some people reach out. It kind of made its way around some circles, so some people did know what was going on. Obviously, I told the both of you it was happening, so for everybody that reached out, thank you. We love you. We feel you. And we try to move forward in the world. I don't want to harp on it too long, because that's not what this show is. We try to talk basketball. We try to have fun. We talk about sports. I've got stuff in here that's going to make us laugh this week, and Christ knows I need it more than ever. But check on your people. Check on your people. Even if you see them a lot and you don't know 100% where their heads are at, just call them, check on them, and give them a hug, because it sucks to know that we're not going to be able to do that again. Yeah. So that's sort of where our family's been. It's been very, very, very hard.
Yeah. But, and I was surprised, even coming into, when you got the text from you saying, hey, we were going to have a show this week. And, everybody deals with things differently. Everybody grieves differently. Everybody, moves forward differently. Everybody has their own coping mechanism. So when we got the text from you to say, hey, we're doing a show this week, I was a little surprised, because I'm of the notion that even though things can lift people's spirits, I'm of the notion that family's always first. Whatever family is going through, whatever time that needs to be taken in order to grieve and in order to help facilitate the healing process, however long that was going to take, I was cool with it, because no matter how fun something is, no matter how engaging something is, family always, we can come back here and do our thing whenever.
Right.
But family always comes first. I'm a big proponent of that. But I also know on the flip side that people need these things to help heal as well. People need these type of outlets to be able to escape things and be able to heal from things as well. So on one end, I was a little surprised, but on the other end, I'm like, no, this isn't just fun. This is also healing when it comes to times like things that Jenners is going through, things that Horry is going through. Yeah.
I have to work. I can't like, and I said this to Shannon last week, my wife. I was like, I can't sit at home in silence and cry anymore. And it's not that I'm not gonna. I mean, that's gonna happen a lot. But I can't just do that. Like, I have to get my mind moving and my hands working, and I have to get back to some semblance of life. Like, we have a ceremony for him this weekend. I'm looking forward to it because we've got family coming in for it, and we got a lot of people coming in, and we're going to do something really nice to celebrate his life and try and let him know that we love him and we miss him and try to move forward. You know what I mean? And it's impossibly hard, but time marches on. We gotta get back to something. So anyway, I don't want to harp on it, but I felt it was important to share with everybody.
Yes,
that's
very
what's
important.
going on. So
yeah.
On that note, I'm kind of pissed that we didn't get to talk about Joy Taylor and Jason Whitlock last week, though. Holy crap! That was hysterical. This was
just the whole thing in general.
Oh, it was amazing. This might have been my favorite audio of the whole week.
I know what I'm capable of, and that big rack of hers that she showed off constantly. It's just, and that peanut butter skin, that big rack. Like, Jay, keep your distance.
Keep your distance, Jay. It's Jason Whitlock talking about the Joy Taylor stuff. Oh, boy. I know what I'm capable of. He doesn't even have faith in himself.
That's funny, man. I didn't hear that.
Oh, God.
You hadn't heard it?
That was all over. That was all over last week. We're not going to get too far into that. That's been talked over 100 times by now, but holy crap. I was kind of bummed we missed that stuff last week.
But in reality, it's like I laugh at some people because I love when guys have all types of confidence in themselves. And it's like, okay, Jason, you really think you can get Joy? Good luck with that one.
Like he had a legitimate shot. You know what I mean?
Jason Whitlock is not a favorite amongst a lot of people.
No.
And when I heard that audio, it's hilarious, but at the same time, that is very on cue for one Jason Whitlock.
Oh, very much so.
Very much so. So I wasn't surprised at all. I said, that is a very Jason Whitlock thing to say.
Yeah, very much so. I do want to talk about, we got DraftKings back with us this week. We're going to get to them in a second. They got some great stuff going on for the NFL playoffs. We're going to talk about our friends at DraftKings in a moment. First, I want to talk about Jimmy. What are we doing? What is this? Is like every day this has gone in another direction. So he caught, what was it, a 7-game suspension for what Pat Riley called conduct detrimental to the team. And I guess this was because he was saying, I'm not going to find joy in the court in Miami. I don't want to be here. You got to trade me, but you got to trade me to a certain team. Like, he's been very specific about all these like demands that he's put on the Heat. And now there's all this reporting. Chris Haynes, who I think has been doing a great job with this story, was reported this week that was like, he might just stick it out because he's got a $50 million player option or some nonsense coming up.
Yeah.
So it's like, if they don't find a place for him and they don't get what they want for him, $52 million player option next season, if they don't move him by the deadline of February 6th, which is the NBA trade deadline. You could still see how, as the team, do you move forward with him still on that roster after all this?
And the crazy part is you can't suspend him because you're not going to give him all that money just to go home and sit on his ass. So
but does he play?
You keep him, you play him. You know what I said? This is what I'm like, dude. I pay you to do a job. And I know every players can say, "Oh, my back, I have an injury," and all this kind of stuff. And we see how that worked out with the guy up in Brooklyn. But to me, I think every player should have learned from James Harden when he was like, didn't want to play and he came in out of shape and all this kind of stuff. I just think you play him and hey, I think at the end of the day, guys have a joy of basketball. Even though basketball is business, they play the game because they love it. And I think Jimmy will go out and play the game at a high level because nobody likes to go out there and get their ass kicking and embarrass themselves because you put him on the court, he's going to get embarrassed. If he doesn't want to play, he's just going to look bad. Nobody wants to look bad. And, Jimmy is a competitor. Because at the end of the day, Miami got a decent team. They could make a push for the playoffs. Who knows? But I think you put him out there and say, hey, fuck it. But I'm not just going to give him up for anything. And I'm not going to trade him to where he want to go. If I'm Pat Riley, I'm going to trade him what's best for me. Because you have no trade clause. You don't have that in your contract. So I can just say bye when I want to.
No. Where was it? Apparently, according to Mark Stein, the Suns want him very badly. And I think that seems to be where he wants to go. It seems like.
And how
because everybody else that's
Bradley
bubbled
Beal,
up.
though?
Yeah, I know. And you're just being tossed around as like, well, we'll just move.
How about the fuck, man?
Yeah, like, well, I know. I'm not helping out here? Okay. Yeah, no, it's a wild story, though, with him. Like, I don't know how, and this has been the story of Jimmy's career, though, hasn't it? Everywhere he's gone, it's been drama. And he's had a stint in Miami where more or less he's been pretty even-keeled. He's been pretty on the level. And then all this bubbles up, and we're right back to where we started with him.
Yeah, I think this is his longest stay of all the teams he's been on, right?
I think that's right, yeah. I think it is. Let me look, but yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know what it is. I think the allure and the luster of what Pat Riley is and who a lot of people see him to be, because we've always known that the Miami Heat were a well-run organization. And I think to an extent they still are. But I think there are some who believe that the luster and the fastball that Pat Riley may have when it comes to stars may be you may be losing it a little bit. That team they're not in contention. They're not winning anything. And obviously that may be part of the reason why Jimmy's relationship with Pat has grown so sour. We don't know what else is the cause of that as well. But to hear a guy like that so candid in a press conference say, hey, I love the city of Miami and I'm happy when I'm off the court, but I don't have a joy for the game of basketball anymore on this floor. We rarely hear guys that candid. And as candid as Jimmy was, yeah, that's a man that he's thrown subs on social and on the internet, and when it comes to other people, many times that refers back to Pat Riley. And I've caught it, and I'm like, oh yeah, this man won out. He don't want to have anything to do with the Heat.
Was during his suspension this week? He was at his house. I don't know where he was. He was somebody that the kid he employs to work on staff. Yeah, and he was like, see, giving him a compliment. This is what bosses do. They build people up. Don't tear them down. And it was like, dude, what are you doing? You're already suspended. What are you doing? So anyway, for the sake of clarity, Jimmy was with the Bulls from 2011 to 2017. So he had about a 6-year run with the Bulls.
Yeah.
And then a year in Minnesota, a year in Philly, and then he's been in Miami since. So Miami and Chicago kind of split the difference there. But I feel like he's been the most, stable in Miami. Until all this happened. But I don't know, like, they were a finals contender a few years ago. They were in the finals a few years ago. They've been in the mix. What changed? Does he just want more around him? Like, what?
Well, he wants a contract extension, and they weren't going to give it to him.
Well, because he's making $1 gajillion. They're going to have to work on that. And that's the other thing, too. If you want a contract extension, you can't be doing this shit. You got to find a way to earn that, man.
Yeah, but here's the problem. It's like you want an extension. You 35. You on your way down. You hadn't won a championship. So, and this is just the way GMs look at it. They're like, okay, you're 35 years old. You stay hurt now. You're making $50 million. You think I'm going to add to $50 million when you haven't brought this organization a championship? Now, that's Steph Curry. Steph Curry gets an extension because he's been, healthy. He brought championships. It's a LeBron James, all these guys. But these guys who want these extensions when you making top 10 money and you hadn't won a championship, owners are like, no, I'm not giving you that because you haven't won anything and you haven't brought us that money to this team. So, and I think, well, I'm just as good as this guy over here, but the guy winning. He's won championships. So that's why he got that money. It wasn't because of who he's won that. He got that money because he won championships. So, yeah, Jimmy, Be happy, Jimmy, because there's a lot of us wish we was making $50 million a year.
You ain't kidding, bro. All right, listen, before we get to Zion, I want to talk about DraftKings. Rob, I need you to channel your best Jim Mora. Playoffs?
Playoffs?
We're talking about playoffs. And if you want to get into the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, they are the official sports betting partner of the NFL.
Yeah, scoring touchdowns is key to winning in the playoffs. And you can score big by betting on them at DraftKings, the number one place to bet touchdowns. Touchdown! Ready to place your first bet? Try betting on something simple like a player to score 6. Go to DraftKings Sportsbook app and make your pick today.
All right, I want your picks here. Ready? Here's some of the games coming up this weekend. Chiefs are laying 7.5 against the Texans.
Hart?
What do you think?
or mine. I'll take that because it's going to be cold in Kansas City and Houston.
You're
playing.
Taking the 7.5. Okay.
I'm taking the 7.5. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I like CJ Stroud a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I'm going Kansas City. I think Kansas City's too damn good. It's hard to bet against Pat Mahomes. Lions are laying 9.5 against the Commanders.
Taylor Swift?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry. My bad. The Lions are laying 9.5 against the Commanders on DraftKings right now. I do give me the Lions all day. Nothing against Dan Quinn and the Commanders, but dude, Dan Campbell might be my favorite coach in the whole league. He's awesome.
Lions win this game, but I'm taking Washington because I think Washington's gonna cover.
We are 100% against each other. And then the last one I have on the page, and we have another game here, but I just put this one down too, just because it's so close. Baltimore's laying 1.5 points at the Bills. Bills are a home dog.
It's hard to the way the King looked last game. I'm going with the Ravens.
Oh my God! You and I are so opposite. Bills at home, dude. Bills Mafia's going to represent at home, and 1.5 ain't nothing. But yeah, that's like a
1.5 is nothing. Yeah.
No, but listen, if you want to get in on some of this action, head over to DraftKings Sportsbook.
New DraftKings customers can bet $5 to get $200 and bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code Big Shot Bob. That's the code Big Shot Bob. A few new customers to get $200 and bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. All right. Thank you, DraftKings.
Hey, don't even take me up on what I just said because hell, all of us was wrong when it came to college football.
No. I just wanted your picks. I was saying don't go bet money on what Rob is saying. No. I just wanted your picks, and you and I fell complete opposite on every single one of those. So yeah. We got nothing.
We were together on the first one.
Oh, were we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
What do you?
Nobody picked Notre Dame, man. None of us picked Notre Dame.
No, I had no faith in. I still don't have any faith in Notre Dame. If you're going to tell me Ohio State and Notre Dame are playing, I'm picking Ohio State. Yeah. I can't. And now watch Notre Dame show me up again and win.
Right?
And win the national championship. When was the last time Notre Dame has won?
I can't remember, but the last time
they
were in it, was versus Alabama.
And they got fucking slaughtered.
Oh, they got destroyed. Yeah.
I won like $10,000 on that game.
Let's see, Notre Dame Fighting Irish football. National championships.
Tim Brown?
1988. So, yeah, that very well could have been the Tim Brown team. Yeah, damn. 88 Fighting Irish. Lou Holtz was the coach. And, yeah, that was the last time they won it, 1988. So it's been a minute for the Irish. But I still don't have any faith in Notre Dame. I know it's a different team, but I don't. Right. What do you make of this Zion stuff? I've got some audio from First Take. I do want to play for you. We'll get to it in a second. Just because I thought Shannon and Stephen A. had maybe a little bit too much fun with this, but I thought it was fun. I thought I wanted to play it. But he gets a game for showing up late, I guess for a road trip. And that just spun wildly out of control. There was all this like fake posts online and stuff of him being at a Wendy's and stuff. And none of that turned out to be real. All that turned out to be fake. But let me play the audio and I'm going to get your take on it because I thought Shannon and Stephen A had fun, but there's some valid points in this. So this is about a minute. Hang tight.
Zion has spent a lot of time on the court. It just happened to be in the mall. It's the food court. You missed 27 games. It's not like they sprung this trip on you, Stephen A. He knew they were traveling out of town. And you're late. Nobody wants to suspend their star player. And they normally don't have to. Why? Because professional is a term that describes your occupation. You see, everybody keeps, and Stephen A., you mentioned it. Zion needs a change of scenery. No, he needs a change of eatery. Stop going and eating everything that you see, bro. That's embarrassing.
I better not find out this has something to do with food. I'm not joking. I better not find out this has something to do with food. Zion's played 7 games this year. 7 games. What are you late to anything for? You getting paid, checks don't bounce. You getting your money. He is stealing money. He is stealing money. And I say that not to question the legitimacy of his injury. I'm saying that to question his professionalism.
Yeah, they got a little heated there, but
Yeah.
I don't honestly, I don't think they're wrong.
Yeah, you know, it's weird. I don't think anybody, like, I think about Dream, you know, Vernon, Kenny, Shaq, Cole, all the guys I played with, Tim. I don't think nobody's ever been late to a plane, you know, especially leaving your city. I never had that. You know, and it's just weird when a guy, this is what you get paid to do. You know, you pack the night before, or, you know, you go straight from, you know, practice site to the plane. It's so many things that you already have in place. You have a schedule, you have a routine. And I know he hasn't played and traveled for a while, and his routine might be off kilter, but still, though, you know, you don't ever want to let your family down. And when I say that, your teammates or your family, now you're doing this, you're doing a disservice to your extended family. And for me, like, dude, you got to be on time, bro, because one of my biggest pet peeve is for people to not be on time. You know, when you're not on time, that means you don't really care about us as an organization. You don't care about us. You only care about yourself. And if you have an excuse, oh yeah, you know, accident on the freeway, that's fine. But it's just like, oh, I'm just late. You have no legitimate excuse. It's just wrong, man. And it's just hard to just believe in guys who don't respect you as a teammate and as a person, as a man.
And ain't he supposed to be the star of that team?
One of them.
Ain't he supposed to be the guy leading the team?
Yeah.
Even if you're hurt, you're still the guy leading the team. If you want to get paid what you get paid, isn't that your job?
You can't be as hurt as you have been, and then when you're available, not do everything that you're supposed to, because it's almost kind of like you're making up for lost time. You need to be the first one there. You need to be the last one to leave. You don't need to be late, because any other time you're not available, you're hurt. And that's a lot. And for you to be the franchise player and for them to have invested in you like they have over the years, dog, you don't have a whole lot of leeway. Your runway, you don't have a whole lot of runway to do what you need to do here. You know, this team is supposed to go how you go. And one of the reasons they're so bad is because you're not available. So, hey, bro, put the beignets down, put the gumbo down. I know that hurts me to say because I love them both. But hey, you gotta do better. Like Stephen A. said, hey man, they better not find out it was leaked in no food.
No. If he was late because he was getting food.
So is it true that he's eating himself like out of a job? Because I've never.
I don't see him right now as out of shape.
Yeah.
Though. I mean, he's always been big, but I don't look at him now and look at him like James Harden when he rolled into the Rockets that time, and I was like, oh boy, he put on some lbs.
Here's the thing: it's not that he's fat. It's for the way that Zion plays. Zion plays above the rim. He's always played like that. But we said this when he was in college. If you're going to continue to play like that, and to be a high flyer and to be jumping everywhere, eventually your weight and your size is going to take toll on your knees and your ankles. Zion has had knee issues. Zion has had back issues. Zion has had a plethora of issues that's linked to his size because of the way he plays. Like if he played like Zach Randolph and he played a below the rim, okay, cool. But this man is flying around like he's Zach LaVine in his prime, or some of these high flyers everywhere. That links to the fact that, hey, bro, over time, that pressure is not going to work well on your knees and your ankles. So he's going to end up, that's going to take him out of his game a lot sooner than he really should, because, hey, that's a lot of pressure coming down and hitting the floor.
Yeah, big time.
He's fat.
No, see, that's uncalled for. But I mean, he's got to, dude, be on time. There's no excuse. Yeah. There is absolutely no excuse, especially if you're injured. If you're just getting back in routine, just freaking be on time. Like you said, Rob, it's a lack of respect. Yeah. You don't care about us. You're doing you. Show up on time. You never had anybody you played with that was just chronically late? There's got to be some folks.
But Clyde was always late for practice.
Shaquille had to be chronically late.
No, Shaq was never late.
Shaq was on time?
Yeah, he was on time.
Wow.
When you like your team, you're on time.
I guess that's true. I guess that's true. Yeah.
Like, I think with Clyde, though, Clyde would come to practice. Practice started at 11 o'clock. He'll get there like 10:55. But that mug would be on the floor by 11:01 and be going full speed without having to stretch anything, which is enough. So, but yeah.
All right, look, let's go around some of the other stuff going out around the NBA, because I've got some amazing audio we got to get to. We're also going to play Black Crime to White Crime. It's back because there were 3 stories this week that I was like, oh my God, this game's coming back this week. Just looking at the NBA standings, man, right now, Sunday night, Pacers beat the Cavs, ended their 12-game winning streak. This is the second double-digit winning streak the Cavs have laid down, and we're only halfway through the season. They are 34-5. And if you look at the East, it's wild. The Magic are in 4th place right now in the East, and they're 11 games back of the Cavaliers in 4th place. So the Cavs are just, man, they're running away with the East right now.
They're rolling.
Dude, and then the Thunder on the other side of the bracket, right there with them for the best record, 33-6. And then the West is so different, because from the number 2 which, by the way, the Rockets are the number 2 seed in the West right now. How about Houston?
Yeah,
they balling,
dude. But from the number 2 Rockets to the number 12 Warriors, the difference is 6 games all the way down. So, like, for instance, like 2 days ago, the Spurs were the 12th team. They're the 9th team. I think they won like 2 games. Yeah. They've jumped up like 4 spots. So it's just, the West is just totally different.
Yeah, 3 games ago, the Lakers were 3rd.
Yeah, now where are they now?
They would lose 3 in a row. Now they're like the 7th seed.
Like 7th or 8th or something. Yeah, they fell way off. But
yeah.
Is there surprise? Are the Rockets the surprise team for you so far this year?
It is. I always thought the Rockets had a really good team. I thought they were just young and they'd make some foolish mistakes, which would cost them some games. But lately, they've been playing very good basketball. Jalen Green has been fucking phenomenal. Sagoon has been, a man in the middle, and he's been, controlling the paint, getting a lot of offensive rebounds for them. But the surprising guy for me that's been like they counted their rock is Adams. Steven Adams is just doing what bigs do: rebound, get extra shots, and just be that enforcer that nobody has in the league but them.
Yeah. Memphis too, by the way.
Yeah.
Man, Memphis playing out of their playing with it's amazing what happens when you get John Morant back in the lineup.
Well, they're kind of quiet as well.
They are. No one's talking about the Grizzlies.
They're really quiet. Yeah,
no one's talking about the Grizzlies. Couple standout performers this week I just wanted to throw out there to get your guys' take on. I'm going to start with Zach LaVine. Finding his way back, man. He's put up at least 30 points in his last 6 games, a couple double-doubles in there too. And now I'm hearing all these reports, well, the Lakers are, of course, interested in Zach LaVine now that he's playing well. Now, apparently that conversation started but went nowhere.
Yeah.
Have you heard anything about this?
Well, with the Zach LaVine, there's always the possibility, they talk about him. They talked about him last year. They talked about him before the season. But at the end of the day, does it fit money-wise?
It can't.
And it can't. And the thing is, everybody wants Austin Reeves. And the Lakers do not want to give up Austin. And so to me, do I take Zach LaVine or Austin Reeves? I'm taking Zach LaVine. I love Austin to death, but when you come across a talent like Zach LaVine, I know you have to deal with the injuries and stuff, but hey, you floundering in the wind right now. And you can't be wasting LeBron's prime. You can't be wasting AD's health. And I mean that because, AD can get hurt. So I would take that chance and say, fuck it, let's get Zach LaVine. Because everybody keeps talking about, the Lakers need another big. When you watch the Lakers, they have no fucking guard play. Their guard play is not up to par. That's no diss to Austin Reeves. He just can't do it by himself. Without D'Lo there now, they don't have another guard to handle the rock. And so they need some guard play.
Okay. Karl Anthony Towns. 8 straight games with a double-double, including a 44-16 night in there. A few 20-plus rebound games. Is it time to start believing in the Knicks with Cat playing the way he's playing? Some of those guys playing the Brunson, some of those dudes playing the way they're playing?
I was wrong about Cat, by the way, so I'll go ahead and admit that.
Go ahead.
What were you wrong about?
Oh, I thought for a fact that at least defensively that Tibbs was going to want him to be something defensively that he had never been. And I think also I think collectively they're playing really good defense, so the pressure is not all on him, but he's also playing good defense as well, at least good enough defense for them to be in the position that they're in. So whatever they're doing in New York right now, and it's working, and he looks happy in New York, and he's getting a lot of all-star votes because of that market. So everything's working out in his favor right now.
But when you look at this team defensively, you think about this. You got Bridges, who's always one of the best defenders in the league. Josh Hart, OG. You got 3 really great defenders on the floor at one time. And Jalen Brunson, so. So now they can hide his ability to sometimes get lazy on defense. And then when you tall like that, sometimes you don't have to really be a great defender. Just stand there. You can't teach size. And for me, that's why, we talked about this trade when they got rid of down can't even think of his name now. When they traded, made the trade for the guy.
Oh, you're talking about Julius Randle.
Yeah, Randle. I thought they got the best of this deal.
The first name that came to my head was DiVincenzo. I'm like, you're talking about DiVincenzo. Yeah, who gives a shit about him? Why am I thinking about him? Yeah.
Yeah, because I just think that Karl Anthony Towns, a lot of people hate on Cat, man. So many people hate on Cat because they expected him to be something that he's not. Everybody have this picture of a big man in their mind. Oh, he has to be like, Shaq, Dream, Patrick Ewing. That's not Cat. Cat is a finesse type player who wants to shoot threes and, get them down the court. So I'm happy that he's showing Minnesota we in third. Y'all not even in playoffs.
Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Playing like Kevin Durant. Which, I mean, everybody loves that. I don't think you always expect that from him, but he's putting about 30 a game up over his last 12 games. Wild and fun to watch. Suns playing pretty well. And I have to mention Joker. Just because this is nuts. He's about a hair shy of averaging a triple-double this season, which I didn't realize till I really looked at the numbers. 31.2 points a game. 13.2 rebounds a game and 9.8 assists. So he's a 0.2 assist average away from averaging a triple-double. How are the Nuggets not better? And they're not bad. But how are they not just rolling people with him doing that?
You seen their roster?
Okay, good point.
Name their bench.
No,
outside of Westbrook, name someone off their bench.
And Westbrook's been getting a lot of love the way he's been playing. But no, I can't. When like Murray's been, nothing, no great shakes. But yeah, I guess you're right. No depth.
Yeah,
no depth. All right, I want to talk about the national championship. I want to get to our game. Couple quick things. One thing is going to make you crack up laughing. Actually, both of these should. Tweet of the week goes to Vernon Maxwell.
What the hell?
Your boy Mad Max.
The
other night when Trae Young hit that game. So Colin Sexton, Trae Young, Hawks, Jazz. Colin Sexton hits that shot, ties the game with 2 or 3 seconds left on the clock. Trae Young heaves up a half-court game winner at the buzzer. And Utah's just crushed. There's all this video online of the fans after he hits the shot, and then oh damn, they immediately depressed. So Maxwell hits Twitter and drops this quote: "I haven't seen this level of heartbreak in Utah since they banned incestuous marriages in 2010." My man hates the Utah Jazz. Why does Mad Max just loathe Utah so much, man?
I don't know. It might be from that's when he kind of left the team that time when he was playing Utah when he was in 1995. So that might have something to do with it. I don't know, man. He might have to do some of all the assists they used to give John Stockton, that one assist. So it could be some of anything. The fact that you couldn't drink when we played there, you had to be a member of a freaking restaurant or a club to have a cocktail after 10 o'clock. I can go on and on.
All the number of
Who
reasons.
knows, man?
Yeah. And then the audio of the week comes from TLC. They have a new show. It's a television channel, not the group.
What?
No, we're not chasing waterfalls. We're good. It comes from the television channel TLC. They have a new show out about a social media influencer named Balin, and I can't remember her last name, but the show's called Balin Out Loud. And the reason they have a focus on this girl is she has Tourette's. Now, Tourette's is a serious disease, but it is also a hilarious disease. I'm going to play some of the audio from the promo.
No.
Now, they're trying to get her just to talk about what Tourette's is and what the show's about. And God bless this girl. She's funny. She's engaging. But she sort of leans into her Tourette's. And here's some of the audio from the show.
My name is Balin. I'm 21 years old, and I have Tourette's syndrome. In a little baby weenie. Spotted alone in a safari. An itchy baby weenie. Sorry, I'm excited. Off. Off. Tourette's syndrome is a neurological, involuntary motor and vocal disorder that is chronic. Chronic dick. Slap that wiener. Wrap that wiener. Tap that wiener. My tics can come from anything. Anything I see, hear, smell, think about. I'm trying not to look at him. No. Try not to look at who? Him! Because every time I see a bald person, I have to tell them that they're bald. So, you're bald.
You're bald. I'm not making fun, but I love it. But
she's doing that. She's doing a good job of
that.
that.
She's doing a good job.
Slap that wiener. Wrap that wiener. Tap that wiener.
Just makes me so happy. And it's so stupid, but it makes me laugh. And if I needed anything this week, I absolutely needed a laugh. Yeah. So thank you to that young girl for dropping
chronic dick.
Love that.
Man, I remember the first time I even, when you hear about Tourette's, I didn't know about anything about Tourette's till I came across Chris Jackson, who Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. Yep. Chris Jackson was probably one of the best basketball players you ever want to see at a guard spot. And I remember we were at Nike camp. And, we both from the South, and all of a sudden we on the same, bus, and he's just, I thought he was just dancing, right? And someone said he has Tourette's. I'm like, what the fuck's Tourette's? I'm a little country boy, 15 years old. I never heard of Tourette's. But I think that's what made him so good, because the Tourette's in him made him have that, I don't know if it was made him quicker, but some of the shit he used to do on the court, damn. If he would, I wonder how his career would have went if they wouldn't have blackballed him. When he went Muslim. Yeah. How good he would have been.
Yeah, who knows, man?
That dude was so amazing.
He was out of control good.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And, you just don't get to see it. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. Chronic dick.
That's what I thought. You have a pick for the national title game? Who are you picking?
I'm going to pick Notre Dame, because everybody I pick loses. So I'm picking Notre Dame.
Who are you? What happened to you?
I'm taking Ohio
the
State.
biggest. Yeah, me too. You're like the biggest Notre Dame detractor I've ever known, and you're picking Notre Dame over the steamroller $20 million NIL payroll of Ohio State.
You know what? I'm not. I want Notre Dame to win. Just because Ohio State.
What is going on?
Ohio State just took our receiver from Alabama, so fuck Ohio State.
Well, they paid him more. It's not college football anymore, bro. This is minor league NFL.
Man.
That's what this is.
It is crazy.
This is minor league sports.
Yeah.
This is practicing for NFL free agency is what this is.
The only person that's in the portal now that I'm okay with it is the guy who left Georgia. You know,
Carson Beck?
Talking about Carson Beck?
Carson Beck, because he went down to Miami to hang out with his girlfriend. Sure. So I'm all right with that.
And Miami paid him $4 million for the season. So, yeah.
And I know his girlfriend like, $4 million? Come on, baby. Come on down.
Hang out in Miami. Get you 2 Ferraris down here in Miami. Come on now. And $4 million for a season? Dude, I think there's rookie quarterbacks in the league that aren't making $1 million.
Oh, he's making more money than I think 10 quarterbacks in the NFL now? Yeah, it's crazy.
Like I saw that number too. Yeah.
And don't even know he can throw yet. Because he won't be back to maybe game number 2.
Yeah. I mean, if you get him for OTAs in the fall, you'll be lucky.
Yeah.
And you're realistically you're winging it for the first couple weeks and seeing what he's got.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Quick big shot of the week, then we're gonna play Black Crime or White Crime. Big shot of the week is going to go to a young man named Jake Gadden. Jake's a sports journalist for CBS 13 in Sacramento. He covers the 49ers, the Warriors, the A's, the Giants, and Sacramento State. But he was doing a bit of recent reporting on the Raiders firing Antonio Pierce. They go to cut to him in the newsroom. He's sitting at his desk, and on the computer behind him is Rihanna's Instagram. And he's got all the lingerie pictures from her new Valentine's lineup, and he was clearly running through it when they threw the live shot to him, and he kind of, we're reporting on this Raiders firing. And I love it. Good for you, because you have to do something to disconnect yourself at work sometimes. And if it's Rihanna's Instagram, then God bless you, sir. So my question to Rob is...
Now I got to go look at her Instagram.
Oh, God. Live check-in with Robert Horry.
Slap that wiener. Wrap that wiener. Tap that wiener.
Exactly right. What do you do to disconnect while you're at work? Like, do you just goof off on your phone? Do you...
Actually,
like games on your phone that you play or anything like that?
I check scores. I check scores, and sometimes I might look at IG, but most of the time James is playing music. And, James has a really good voice, and sometimes he's singing. And Geeter, who sits next to me, he's like whistling and snapping his fingers to it. And I'm just sitting there in the middle, like, okay, is this what we do? And then next thing you know, they're like, we're on, and James is sometimes fumbling with his phone, trying to turn it off.
Turn the music off before you go live. Quick, get Rihanna's Instagram off. Quick. Yeah. Close it.
But most of the time, I'm playing a game.
What do you play?
I usually play this thing called Royal Match. There's so many people
play Royal Match? They advertise in every freaking app I have. That stupid King game or whatever.
Either that or I'm playing, you know how much I love Strike Force, Marvel Strike Force, so I'm playing that.
Oh, do you like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I haven't messed around with that yet, but I might give that a shot. Yeah. All right, well, listen. We haven't played it in quite a while. I got the first 3 stories this week, by the way, are all from this week. The first 3 stories this week. So let's go to it. It is time for Black Crime or White Crime. All right. First story. A man and a woman are accused of having sex on the floor of a Waukesha, Wisconsin laundromat on Christmas Eve. This is not the first time they have been charged with this crime. But this time they were caught on security video having sex at a laundromat underneath a poorly secured sheet on the floor. This is a mixed couple. So my question to you, is it a white guy and a black woman or a black guy and a white woman?
A black guy and a white woman.
Okay.
Black guy, white woman.
Wow.
chronic dick.
You're both right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, no, I was a black guy and a white woman. But the fact that they've been busted for this multiple times and they keep going, yeah, let's head back to the laundromat.
They don't have a car?
You don't have a bed or a home? Like, I mean, something. Go anywhere. Go to a motel for crying out loud.
I can understand if they was on the washer. But they're on the
up
floor.
on the washing machine. No, they're on the floor. The scent of Tide Gain just gets him like, woo! You know what I mean? Like, don't get that man in a laundromat. All right, story number 2.
I was about to say something.
Say it.
He's having a really good use of those balls.
Those aren't Tide Pods. A man in Florida in story number 2 was arrested last month after cops allege he made sexual contact with a horse and tried to put his penis in its nose. The man was arrested on December 26th in Lake Wales, Florida. Cops say an unnamed witness told them they saw the man masturbating next to the head of a 28-year-old horse named Raven. Poor Raven. The witness also alleged the man was tapping his member against the horse's nose and claimed he attempted to insert it in the nostril.
White.
Yeah.
Slap that wiener. Wrap that wiener. Tap that wiener.
That is a white guy. Yeah, that was a Donald Calloway, 53-year-old white man.
Hey, that's the out of everything we've done, that's the most white folks shit I've ever heard.
That is the whitest of all white stories we've ever done on this game. You tried to stick your dick in a horse's nose, bro. Like, where has this world gone? Where has this year taken you?
What were you taking?
I don't know.
You had to be on some shit.
Dude, and the day after Christmas. Like, what? All right. Story number 3. Police in Florida, by the way, is the third story that happened in the last couple of weeks. Police in Florida are asking the public to keep their eyes peeled and their noses sealed for a couple of purported shoplifters who successfully carried out a poopy plan. 2 suspects were allegedly robbed a Family Dollar in Mulberry, Florida. One of them took a dump on the floor. The cops say the guy strolled around shoplifting cleaning products, while the woman popped a squat in the middle of an aisle to distract everybody so he could get out. I am not lying. They are calling them Mr. Clean and Mrs. Dookie. That is in the police report. This is at a Family Dollar in Mulberry, Florida. Black couple, white couple.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say black.
It's because the setup is supposed to be black. I'm gonna go white. I'm gonna say white couple.
No, you fell for the bait. It's a black couple. It was a black couple. Oh, God. I mean, like, of all the distractions.
That's nasty.
You couldn't just start a fight with somebody or something. You got to take a dump on the floor. God.
Now, if you just said, I thought slip and fall. Like, oh, my back. My neck and my back.
Oh, right. No. She's like, nope. Let's go. All right. A burglar was caught in story number 4 after leaving dog poop footprints behind at the scene of a crime. He was caught on closed-circuit television attempting to break into a man's home, but he stepped in a pile of dog poop in the yard in the process. They put an alert out because they have his photo from the closed caption footage. They caught up to the guy. He was wearing the same shoes that he had been wearing when he left the dog poop footprint. They matched the shoe to the footprint and arrested him. Black guy, white guy.
I'm gonna go with a black guy.
Okay.
Yeah, this is something that can happen to almost anybody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go white guy.
White guy.
It's a complete crap.
It was a white guy. Brian Harold, 20-year-old white guy. Yeah. Good job, Harp.
Harp's
on
perfect
it.
today.
Tell you what, man. All right, number 5. A tech-challenged Florida woman accidentally texted a cop instead of her drug dealer to try and buy fentanyl, unwillingly narking on herself, according to police. She was headed to rehab, and she tried to text a drug dealer named PJ, who turned out to be an undercover cop, so when she showed up at the Tom Thumb convenience store to buy her fentanyl, she went to jail.
Tom Thumb. White person.
Oh. Why is immediately white people go to the Tom Thumb? Is that what you're...
Nope.
No, because I don't know.
I have never heard of Tom Thumb convenience store.
I don't know if
you have it.
No, I've never heard of that before. What is it, like a Quickie Mart type thing, or?
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is tough because I don't know of any black people who have done fentanyl purposely.
Wow.
I'm gonna go white, but we'll see.
All right. Rob, what was your call there? White people?
Mm-hmm.
This was 41-year-old Octavia Wells. Black woman.
Black.
That's a black woman.
Yeah, that's black.
Oops.
Once you give me the name, I already know.
You know immediately. All right. Story number 6. 2 to go. A Colorado man is wanted for allegedly attempting to hold up a bank in a robbery that quickly went off the rails because the teller couldn't read the note that he handed over. She was trying to figure out what the note said. He had terrible handwriting. He was getting frustrated trying to explain it to her, and he fled. He was later caught. Black guy, white guy. Teller couldn't read his handwriting.
I don't know his race, but his profession was probably a doctor.
Well, why are you robbing a bank as a doctor, bro?
I don't know why people do the things they do.
This is true. Yeah, okay. This is true. Yeah. All right, bad handwriting blows up in his face. Black guy, white guy.
Black.
I'm gonna go white.
Oh, back in the game, Robert Horry. It was a white guy. Very good. Very good. I like it. I just hysterical to me. How hard is it to write like, give me the money? Like that can't even be like what?
When's the last time you heard of a black bank robber though? They usually try to rob ATMs at bodegas and Quickie Marts and stuff like that.
That's a good point. That is very white people shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good point. I didn't even think about that, but yeah. All right, look at Rob diving into the clues, profiling his people. I like it. Or actually profiling my people. What am I talking about? All right, last one. A Minnesota delivery driver was busted for auto theft because she wrote in her diary, quote, totally stole a car today. During the investigation into a stolen vehicle, officers tracked it back to this young lady. They started to question her. They got a warrant to seize her property. They got her journal, which said, quote, totally stole a car today. Something I never thought of doing. Super freaking out about it.
That's white.
Why so definitive with that?
Totally stole a car today.
Oh, well, if you say it like that, then shit, yeah. Totally stole a car.
I'm pretty sure the way that she wrote it is the way that it would have played verbally. Oh my God, totally stole a car today.
Wow. Harp is spinning a tail. I love it.
White.
Well, shit, you're both right.
You always say look for the clues.
Listen to the clues, John.
Slap that wiener. Ramp that wiener. Tap that wiener.
That's right.